You know that common saying in a motor vehicle, buckle up, right? Well, generally speaking, for both safety and legal reasons, the number of people that you can have in a motor vehicle that would be safe for the operation of that vehicle shall not exceed the number of seat belts in that motor vehicle. What's up, everybody? It's Zach the Celtics guy here, back with another video, and here with second video of the day before my stream tonight. This is another legal lessons video on the fact of driving to endanger, otherwise known as reckless driving or reckless operation or whatever you want to call it. In this video today, I'm going to be talking about what you should not do with passengers in a moving vehicle. You know how you, generally speaking, in most jurisdictions that I'm familiar with, you need to buckle up in a moving vehicle, correct? Well, yeah. Generally speaking, not having your seatbelt on is probably going to get you a ticket, right? You would think so. But guess what this is also going to lead to? This could also lead to driving to endanger charges. And on the Kingdom of the Pogo Islands, my country that I have created based on the laws and culture and how everything would be if it was up to me. Well, one thing, law on the Northern Island Code of Laws, Title 29, Section 73, driving to endanger, deliberately operating any vehicle with faulty brakes, faulty mechanics, faulty or improper seatbelts, dangerous fault or overloaded under unsafe or improper control, etc. This involves driving an unroadworthy, unsafe motor vehicle, for example. And that is, in fact, a reckless thing to do. The reason it's a reckless thing to do is because, well, your motor vehicle is a deadly weapon. Your motor vehicle is a 3,000, 4,000 pound machine that you are driving from point A to point B, right? Well, you also bear the responsibility, not just for the other people on the road, other pedestrians and all that other type of stuff. You know who else you also bear the responsibility for? You also bear the responsibility for the safety of your own passengers. So therefore, driving a motor vehicle with more people in your vehicle than the number of seatbelts in that vehicle, or just driving your vehicle with like people just crowded into your vehicle on top of each other. That is very dangerous and that is very reckless. The reason it's reckless is because it's a safety violation. What if, God forbid, you had to slam on your brakes and for whatever reason, there's someone comes out in front of you, or a pedestrian comes out in front of you, or just whatever the circumstances, just anything, and you have more people in the back of your vehicle than the number of seatbelts, and they're crowded back there. They're not buckled. They're probably sitting on each other's laps. They're probably like crowded in with each other and whatnot. That is very dangerous. The reason that's very dangerous is because that can seriously endanger the safety of your passengers. Your passengers that are unbuckled could end up going through the windshield, and then you would be at fault for permitting more people in your vehicle than the number of seatbelts. That is therefore driving an overloaded vehicle. An overloaded vehicle could be driving a vehicle that is dangerously overloaded with cargo, that is so overloaded that it's obstructing your visibility, and it's also exceeding the maximum capacity in your vehicle that is preventing that vehicle from being driven safely from one place to another. So yes, I think that should be punished very severely because it's a safety thing. Driving to endanger means that you're driving a motor vehicle to the endangerment of others in a reckless, criminally negligent, or dangerous manner so as to endanger the life, safety, security, and limb of another human being or property. When we say property with regards to another person, what we're talking about motor vehicles. We're talking about other property. We're talking about reducing the risk of an accident, basically. That's what we're talking about here. So yes, driving a motor vehicle that is overloaded with passengers or is overloaded with cargo is extremely dangerous and it's reckless, and you shouldn't do it. And if you do it in the Kingdom of the Pogo Islands, you're going to be punished very severely. And on the Pagosian Northern Island, you're going to be punished with driving to endanger charges. Driving to endanger is a Category 1 misdemeanor. maximum of 2 years in prison, maximum $4,000 fine, mandatory court appearance, 10 detrimental points on your record that will remain on your record for 15 years, a permanent criminal record, and you'll face a license suspension in court ranging anywhere from 14 days to a year, depending on the severity of the safety violation. So yes, we all have to it's critical. We own a motor vehicle. We have to make sure that our vehicle is under proper control. We have to make sure. You know, it is annoying dealing with inspection stickers every single year. I mean, looking back on it, yeah, it can be annoying. I recently had to do that. Oh, by the way, my vehicle passed inspection yesterday. Yeah. All because I had to fix one particular thing with my vehicle and its brakes and whatnot. But hey, you know what? Hey, guess what? It's okay now. It might not have been before, but now it's okay. You know, so yeah. So now, you bear the responsibility of that. And if you see a motor vehicle that is overloaded, don't do it. For example, I have a lot of friends. I wouldn't let my friends in a motor vehicle that, my Subaru, my 2009 Subaru Outback, my Subaru Forester rather, my 2009 Subaru Forester has 3 seatbelts in the back, and that's it. It just has 3 seats in the back. That's what you have to do. So if I was to allow 4 or 5 people in the back of my vehicle, that would be dangerous. The reason that would be dangerous is because what if the person that is crowded between the other 3 persons in the back of my vehicle? What if I had to slam on my brakes and that person just sitting in like the center, like in between, you know, like the back of where the center console is? What if they got ejected when I had to slam on my brakes or if I accidentally hit something? What would happen then? They'd go through the windshield. They could come up and hit me, causing me to have an involuntary reaction. You understand? You see the circumstances here. You see the circumstances about why I would punish that severely, why that would be driving to endanger. And yes, driving to endanger on the Pogo Islands, it involves different circumstances. It involves driving at extreme speed, driving too fast for the road conditions. It would involve driving an unsafe motor vehicle with faulty brakes, or an overloaded vehicle, overloaded with passengers, overloaded with cargo, and so forth. It would also include things like street racing, stunt driving, driving with tinted windows that are so tinted that it obstructs your visibility, passing someone on a blind corner with low visibility, and the list goes on, and so on and so forth. So yes, this is a serious misdemeanor crime in my country, and it should be a crime, because this is the thing that I believe in being tough on crime on. If it doesn't have a victim, it shouldn't be a crime. Well, this does have a victim. Driving to endanger, driving a motor vehicle in a reckless or dangerous manner, or driving a dangerous motor vehicle under unsafe conditions, whether it being overloaded with passengers, having inoperative seatbelts, having too many seats and not enough seatbelts. Say if you got a vehicle that had more seats than seatbelts. Yes, that's also an unroadworthy vehicle, because passengers are not going to be safely secured. So say if it has 5 seats, but it only has 3 seatbelts. That's not a roadworthy vehicle. And then we should also punish the car manufacturer that sold that vehicle in the first place. Have them be liable if they sell an unroadworthy motor vehicle. We should not just punish the reckless drivers that are driving these vehicles. We should also punish the manufacturers that are selling these vehicles that are under unsafe condition. Yes, hold them liable as well. We should be holding them accountable as well. Just like we should hold drug traffickers and smugglers accountable, we should also hold accountable the people who create the opioids, like the pharmaceutical companies. But that's a whole nother topic altogether. You see what I'm saying here? So yes, as a driver, you are responsible for your passenger safety, your other driver's safety, and pedestrian safety. I would think this is common sense, right? I mean, wouldn't you think that this is common sense? So no. We need to exercise common sense, and motor vehicles have to be in safe condition and driven at a safe speed to avoid a collision, to avoid your passengers being endangered, or just anything, any kind of person. If you're an Uber driver, if you're a Lyft driver, If you are a DoorDash driver, I work part-time for DoorDash in addition to working in the mental health field, working in direct care attendance services with families. I also do that as well. But people need to take responsibility for the safety of their own motor vehicles. It's that simple. You should not allow your friends to be crowded in the back because that could potentially be very severe. Just because it doesn't happen one time, two times, whatever, you've done it in the past, okay, well, what if it does happen? You know, I know I'm not going to play the what if game or whatever, but I'm just saying, anything can happen. Anything can happen, guys. Anything can happen. If you drive a motor vehicle with more people than the number of seatbelts in that vehicle, that's reckless. That's irresponsible. At the very least, if it's not reckless, it's irresponsible. Irresponsible just being negligent or careless. You didn't care. Reckless, well, it would be reckless because you should know how many seatbelts are in your motor vehicle. You should know. You should know. You're the one driving the damn thing. You're the one that paid money for it. I know the fact that my car has only 3 seatbelts. Yes, I do. Because, yeah, and I'm not trying to sit here saying, oh, I'm better, I know this and that or whatever. I'm just talking about a legal sense. This is how the law should be, and this is why this is the law in the Kingdom of the Pogo Islands. The Northern Island punishes dangerous driving practices and dangerous speeds, probably the most severe out of any island in the Pogo Islands. Probably has the most hefty penalties, and so on, the most lengthy license suspension. And yes, this can also include impounding that motor vehicle at the roadside for 14 days prior to a court date. That would be like if you drove a motor vehicle with faulty brakes and you get into an accident. So you think that motor vehicle is safe to be driven any further? No, especially considering the fact that it's totaled, or the fact that, yeah, that motor vehicle is faulty. It's got faulty mechanisms. It has a faulty brake. Your brake pads are wearing out, and so on and so forth. So you bear the responsibility for that. So should we allow those people to continue driving till their court date? No. Impound that vehicle and confiscate their license for 14 days, and then have it be up to the judge to decide in 14 days whether or not to extend that suspension for up to ranging anywhere from an additional 14 days up to a year. So this is what I believe in. I am the type of person that I am a leftist. I am very left-wing for that matter. I'm further left of the left, as everybody I think is aware of at this point. But I believe in being tough on crime that involves a victim. If it involves a victim or a danger to others, a danger to public safety, then yes, we need to punish that very severely. Because you should be, if you're a passenger in someone else's vehicle, shouldn't you feel safe? Yeah, I think you should. I mean, I would think so, because it's all about having regard for others. Reckless means that you are driving under unsafe circumstances. You know of the risk, but you continue to do it anyway. Just like the person driving 120 miles an hour on the freeway with moderately heavy traffic around. Yeah, no, I would just arrest that guy and I would put them in prison. Because anyone who drives at extreme speed like that deserves automatic prison time, at least in my opinion anyways. And all that type of stuff. But generally speaking, on the Pogo Islands, normally driving to endanger cases involves extreme speed, like driving 100 miles an hour or driving over 30 miles an hour over the speed limit and so forth. Or driving too fast for the road conditions, driving too fast in a school zone, work zone, you name it. So this is where it all comes down to. You have to make sure that your passengers are safe in that vehicle, and that's just common sense. That's just common sense. Make sure that you don't have more people in that vehicle than seatbelts, because otherwise you bear that responsibility, and if there's an accident and your passengers get injured, well then, you're a reckless driver and you're responsible. And if you do it in my jurisdiction, well then, I'm going to make sure that you pay a very hefty price, including fines and also your liberty, which you get put in jail. That's about it for now, and that's about it for this week. But thank you to everybody who listened to my global report. Thank you for listening to my legal lessons video. I appreciate it, and I will be back tonight at 6 with my stream. I got a lot to talk about tonight. More streams, more games, and other stuff in the works. Look out for it. Stay tuned for more stuff on the way. This is Zach the Celtics guy saying thank you for watching. Hope you all had a great Christmas. I'll see you all tonight, and I'll see you in the next one with more videos and streams and other stuff in the works. Stay safe, be well, drive safe, and keep fighting. Peace out.